is this? Tabletop Island, huh? Let's see what this is all about.
Welcome to another episode of Hey, That's My Fish! This is an intense one. We have one penguin with each color on the map. We have red who's in the lead and blue is slowly catching up. And as for green, well, green isn't looking too good, but that's okay. He'll be just fine. But wait, where's yellow? Oh no, yellow's trying to creep up on red and block it off on an island. I see what they're trying to do here, but red is catching on. Red is not too dumb here. They are closing in and boom, red was able to stop yellow. They are good to go. But wait, while red was so focused on yellow, blue closing in on the island and man, it took a majority. Oh no. Blue is winning this one. Man, that is one well-fed penguin. But that's all we have for you guys today on this week's episode of Hey, That's My Fish!
Welcome to Tabletop Island. I'm Bernardo, your host, and today we're going to be looking at the board game. I dropped it. Oh no. Help. Send help. No. Let's try this again. Welcome to Tabletop Island. I'm Bernardo, your host, and today we're going to be looking at the board game Hey, That's My Fish by Fantasy Flight Games. It actually did get reproduced by them. It did initially come in kind of a jumbo variant, but we'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. Basically, this game is you have these ice tiles that have fish on them, and they're laid out a certain way based on the instructions. Once you get that set up, which it can be a little tedious, I'll be honest with you, the little chips itself can be a little annoying to handle, especially when you're picking them up throughout the game. It's a little fiddly, but setting it up doesn't take too long. I'll be honest with you, if you separate it in the 1 fish pile, 2 fish pile, 3 fish pile, you can start stacking them across rather quickly and get to the point where you set it up in about a minute if you're being really fast about it. But the game itself is extremely simple. You have these really nice miniatures for these penguins. They are really well made. They're just really solid plastic. The cardboard tile pieces are really thick. They're definitely made here to last. Again, my only gripe with it is they're a little bit too small, and that can be annoying when you're trying to pick it up. It kind of slides around the tiles a little bit, which if you slide them too much, it can get confusing as to whether or not that's a space you're able to jump or not, but we'll get there. So the goal of the game, you each have a starting point and a certain amount of penguins depending on the player count that you're playing with. And what you're doing each turn is moving your penguin to one side. Now you can move across in a row, either front, back, side to side. So you're moving across in the row as far as you want. So you can move all the way to that 3 fish one and pick up the one you just left off of. So whenever you move off of a tile, that's the one you pick up. So you probably want to get the ones that have like 3 fish on it rather than just the ones that have 1 fish. But this is where the strategy comes in play. So you can eventually remove tiles to block people off on their own little separate islands and kind of screw people out of good amount of fish and just out of the game in general, which is really fun and really strategic because you really have to plan your moves accordingly, especially when you want to play the long game and really wrap around to take the majority of the island. Now again, if you're playing with people who are really thinkers, then this may be a point to where you're not getting as much of the island as you would with someone who just isn't really paying too much attention. This is one of those games, but it's very easy to grasp. I literally just explained the rules to you. Once your fish has gone to an island to where they kind of get to the point where that's the maximum amount of tiles they get, they hop on each of those tiles. I typically allow them to just take a moment to just take all those tiles in the area since we can't get to them anyways, and then they remove that penguin. When that penguin is off on its little island, if that is the last fish it picks it up and it's removed from the game. The last player standing isn't the winner in this case though. It's the player who gets the most fish. So let's say you may see somebody who has maybe like 8 tiles that are with 3 fish. The chance are they'll probably win. I don't think there's 8 even that have 3 fish, but you get what I mean here. And there could be someone who has maybe like 10 tiles, but they only have 1 fish on it, so that doesn't really balance out in their favor. So there's a lot to think about. And while you may be one of the people who last till the end of the game, again, that doesn't really mean that you're the winner of the game. At the end of the game, you count up your fish, and whoever has the most fish wins. Now, the game itself, I do very much enjoy. I think it's a fantastic, easy to teach, fun for the whole family. The component quality is really well made. My only only gripe again is the small tiles. There was one that was released prior that did have a lot larger tiles and a little bit larger pieces. I would have rather much had that one. They didn't really reprint that, so finding it is a little bit on the harder side. It's been a while since I've looked for it, but I'll definitely still keep my eyes peeled for it because I do very much enjoy this game. It's a simplistic strategy game I think anybody would enjoy having in their collection, and honestly, if this sounds like the kind of game for you, I do again highly recommend it. It's very cheap. I'll leave a link in the description where to get it with your Amazon Prime needs, but honestly, that's all I have for you guys today. If you are interested in notifications, there is a bell up there somewhere. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I do appreciate any feedback. I'm trying to make these videos more and more outrageous, and with your guys' help, I have been doing so. Monday, regular board game reviews. Wednesday, weekly updates / talks, and then on Fridays, my vintage board game reviews. That is all I have for you guys today. I'll see you guys next time.